Hi everyone, let's take a look at the AstroAI 2000 amp model AHET118GY 2000 amp jump starter. The picture on the Amazon listing actually makes this portion here, I'll get the camera in here a little bit, makes it look like it's actually made out of aluminum. This is definitely not aluminum. This is plastic through and through. This part here is the same texture plastic. This is not rubberized. What is cool about it, in my opinion, is that it's got fasteners here, bolts, torque screws that are holding it together. So presumably we should be able to take this apart and see what it looks like inside. But the acid test will come later. That will be when we plug this in and see if it will start a 3.5 liter V6, which I happen to have in the garage, and we'll do that later on. So initially, when I'm looking at these buttons here, I'm thinking that these are membrane buttons. They are not. These are actually, there's holes in the case when you turn it on. Let me get the camera to come in here a little bit more. See if you can see anything on here. There we go. So it comes up, it's charged at 79%, which is pretty cool, all by itself. And it's got that light on it. Now, another thing is that I think when you turn this off, if I hold this button down, it'll eventually, so it turns off. If I just push the actual boost button here, that will also turn it on. So there it's at 79%, that's boost mode. You have your usual things here. You've got your high current charge here, and you've got your lower current charge here. This is the USB-C. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And of course, they've got the little output here for your power outlet, which is one of the accessories that comes with it. I'm trying to get this out here a little bit. So we're looking at what we have here in the box. This is, I finally looked up what they call this stuff. This is not, I think this might be, this is a Cordura, maybe, but it is a nice case. And in here you get this little doohickey right here, which plugs into that port I was showing you a second ago. It's right in here, like that. And then you could run 12 volt stuff off here. It says it'll run up to 10 amps on it. It's got a little compass in the end here. The compass actually does work. I think it's more of a trinket than anything else. It's got the light here, so if you push this little button here, once again, it's not a membrane button. That's pretty cool. I'm glad for that. Now, when I push the button to turn the light on, it actually turned the display on. So if I hit that button one more time, there's your LED. It's in the center. It'll do the flash. It'll do the SOS. And then there's the red flasher here that we can just have as a marker. Let's see here, what else? You get this thing. They give you a USB charging cable, and then you have your jumpers here. Now, some of the other jump starter things like this, and by the way, I will tell you this is small. This is not a large thing. Here's a 7-Up can, an old 7-Up can, but that'll give you an idea of just exactly how big it is. I mean, this is my hand. This is not huge, but you get your jumper cables. And one of the neat things about this is that the jumper cables are actually as long or longer than some of the other ones, and you don't have a box that's on the end of here. Some of them have like an actual box with a relay in it. This plugs right in here and doesn't have any of that jazz, which I think is pretty cool in and of itself. There you go. So it's plugged in there. We'd be ready to go. And all of this stuff will fit into that case, and then you could conceivably put this case in your glove compartment if you don't have it already chock full of other stuff like my glove compartment. Of course, I don't have any room left in it, but I do have a box that I keep my jumper cables in, and I don't think I'm going to need jumper cables anymore. Not with this, assuming that it will start the engine. Now, if it doesn't start my 3.5 liter V6, I have a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that I think that this will be just fine for, and we'll use it for that. So, you want to see what's inside here? So do I. Just took a little prying is all. And so here's your back cover. And the first thing that we note is the little compass just comes popping right out. And then there's a little lens here, little plastic diffusing lens for the LED, which is in the end of it. Here's your LED circuit right there. So the entire top of this thing is a circuit board, and that's where the ports are. And then the whole bottom of this thing is actually a LiPo pack. This is LiPo pack exactly like what we would use in radio control aircraft. I have bunches of these things, but that's what this is. I can't tell if it's a 4-cell. My guess is it actually is a 4-cell LiPo, maybe a 5-cell, but probably a 4-cell. Couple other things to notice about this. When you turn the light on, it actually shows you. I don't know if you can see that on there. Look at this. But when you have the light on, it shows on the display. Let's see if I can get that on here. You can see that. Yep. There you go. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. So it shows you that you have the light on the display. And then if you have the light on, now if it's the flashing, and then if you have it on the SOS, it actually has a little thing on the display that tells you all of these things. And then it goes back to just the, it's pretty cool. So if I turn it off, yeah, I gotta hold this button down, there it is, okay. And one thing to know is they do give you the USB cable, this USB-C cable. They do not give you this. You're going to need to have a little power supply of some sort that would allow you to take their cable and plug it into it and do that. So I'm going to plug this in here. There we go. And when I plug it into the charging port on here, that's what you get. And then there should be, yep, there you go, there's that little green light. It shows that it's charging. So, all pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this thing. Let me see if I can get the, I don't think the camera's going to focus on that as well as I'd like it to. There we go. Anyway, that's what it looks like. And now we can go and do the rest of the review. There we go. I'd say that's not too shabby. And look at this. I can't, there we go. We only took 2% off according to this. That's not too bad at all. I like that. But this started a 3.5 liter V6 right there. Yeah, there she is. All by its lonesome self.